Alrighty, guys. So, welcome back again to Pestilence Gaming. We're just going over all the Hardpoint maps, specifically for the Call of Duty League. For a lot of the competitive players out there, I mean, I know there's a lot of beginners, and this is a great way to start off knowing the Hardpoint rotation. So, we do have maps, we do have layouts and everything for our players within the org, but I think that this is a great way for them and us to kind of view things. So the map coming up is Bagra Fortress. This map here is probably one of the... It's medium, I think, would be the best way. It's large format, but close quarters for a lot of the gunfight. We're spawning in on the west gate. Now, first hardpoint's going to be on our right. Down the lane! On stables. Well, according to the game, it's stables, so that's what we call it. That's what we do. There's a few ways to push this angle. I'm just going to kind of show you how to get there off of a basic thing. I'll take a couple of angles that will be helpful on the way through. Now, a lot of people are making like difficult pushes. One thing we could do is take on this. Use your headies, right? You got the truck. Stun the point. One of our guys checks under here. This is something like we've noticed is like you can actually check right there. And all the way that way. You're fighting that. Most of the time the player's going to get right here before you really spot them. So you want to be like ready for them. So we have a guy laying down. You'll have a guy standing right here. So guy there and here. With a trophy system probably roughly around there. Maybe right there. Depending on where you throw. And then there's like this angle here. You want to kind of stay here. You don't want to stand here. Checking the top. Oh, whatever. So Gallows is the next hard point. Open gate, close gate. So Gallows has like several angles you could be pushing with this, because you got one on the the open gate and then one on the closed gate, and then you got your muni doubles, so you can be like right here for muni doubles. A lot of guys will have a guy like sitting right here, just enough to see that right there. That's what you want. And then there's a spot right here you can play, which is kind of nutty, watching the back. Another one you can do is up on here. One that I've used a couple of times is playing... Ooh. We got 12 seconds before the next rotation, so...
Confirming next hardpoint. Stand by.
Okay, let's go to next. So, the next hardpoint's not really too bad. It's going to be back on the water fountain. So, right here, this is the statue. You'll see that there's quite a few angles on this point. So like there's one there, there, up there, right back there. So you want to be like checking all of those angles as much as possible. So have a guy contending from up here and there when you're making your pushes into the point. Maybe one guy tracking in from like right here to there. 20 seconds to go. We're just going to run over to next anyways. So, 20 seconds is a rotation that a lot of competitive teams do just if they're winning really well or losing really well, like really bad.
Location updated.
So,
the hard point.
This one here has some angles that are kind of kooky and a bit spooky. I'm literally just trying to find more, like, hard-to-get angles. It's one I want to try, is I want to get on top of that door. Yeah, see, you got one on top of that door right here, because then you can just... You can play for the top, so he tries to jump, and it's boom, boom. Yeah. Again, this one here has like different spots you can have. One there, one guy there, and one guy in the point. And the one guy in the point, so like what's happening is now you got coverage from here. So this guy can be watching up top and doing his thing. And if that's a contest spot, it's beautiful. And then the last hard point, guys, simple as all heck. It's right here. And this point here has quite a few different angles on its own. Probably one of the more difficult ones to cover. So you got that, and then you also have like this to watch too. So there's a lot of different ways. A lot of guys seem to be sitting in this corner or this corner, right here, and here. So one thing I've noticed it works is somebody right there watching the crossover, one guy over there on the crossover, and then another guy probably playing up here or there. That way you keep as much map coverage as possible, and it kind of puts in for the win on the match.
Stand by.
Goes back to first, and that's kind of the wrap, I guess. It's just, that's how you play the map. That's where it is. There's probably a bunch of other angles you guys can watch. You can pick your own, find better ones. But primarily speaking, that's what you need to know. Bagra is a very simple, very easy map. And there's not really much else you have to think about.
Mission complete. Solid
Other
work.
than watch for your rotations, watch where you need to go, and find yourself the best way and the fastest way to get to the points, and that's pretty well what you guys got to do for it. So we'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to like